All right, thanks, guys. We are currently hitting 70% in our last 10 NFL package plays on patreon.com/rockpage. We're also hitting at 64% for the college football season. For more information about that website where we do daily plays, daily premium selections, click the link in the description section below. That is patreon.com/rockpage. Now, we got ourselves a very short slate of NBA action here tonight for Thursday, but we got some good matchups here, so let's go ahead and get into them, beginning with the Miami Heat taking on the Atlanta Hawks, and that's going to be a 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Atlanta. The Heat are minus 6.5 on the road, totals 216.5. We saw a 1-point fade of Miami and movement downward on the total. The Heat opened 7.5 down to 6.5. Total opened 217 down to 216 and a hook. 67% of the consensus are leaning toward Miami. 54% shaded toward the over. Right now, Atlanta is plus 220 at home. Now, if you like the Hawks in this matchup here, they've actually dropped their last two straight. Real nail-biter with Philadelphia. They lost by 2 to the Sixers a couple games ago. And then they lost by 15 to this Miami squad in Miami. That was the first of the home and home. Now, Atlanta's 22nd in scoring, just 1-6 straight up in their last 7, taking on the Southeast Division. If you're into historical trends, unfortunately, Trae Young is out. He's out indefinitely with an ankle, and that's going to be very impactful for Atlanta bettors, as he's good for 27 points a game. Now, Miami on the other side, 3-1 straight up overall for the year. And they're a perfect 4-0 against the number in those 4 games. They have covers over Atlanta, Minnesota, Milwaukee, and Memphis. So pretty impressive resume there, as they are 4-0 against the spread on the season. Of course, they're led by Kendrick Nunn, who's scoring 21 points a game. The rookie guard certainly playing a big role early in the season here. Now, Goran Dragic has 20 points for himself per game. The 6'3" guard is in his 11th season in the NBA. And Bam Adebayo, 16 points a game, 11 boards. And those 11 rebounds per game on average is good for 14th in the NBA. Now, Miami's 2-0 against the number away from home this year, 7th in scoring, 2-0 straight up as the favorite. When it comes to the scoring, Miami's 3-1 to the over for the year, 2-0 to the over when traveling. Meanwhile, the Hawks 70% to the over in their last 10 head-to-head matchups with the Heat. I'm going to purchase the half a point, buy it down, take the Miami Heat minus 6 and the over 216.5 in that game. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the show. Got some lines and personal leans out for Thursday's NBA action. Happy Thursday, guys. The weekend is almost here. It's basically here. We're one day away, so happy Thursday to you. Maybe some of you out there will maybe come up with a little cough, play hooky tomorrow for Friday, give yourself a 3-day weekend. I certainly am a proponent of that. I encourage you to do that. But anyway, before we go ahead and move on, I just want to quickly remind you guys once again to at least consider checking me out on my website at patreon.com/rockpage. We are currently 70% in our last 10 NFL package plays on that website. We're also hitting at 64% for the college football season. We do daily plays on that website beginning at just $1.99 per month. We have a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to. You can also access my current record for free right on the homepage. It's a great group of guys and gals. We're all great friends. And there are over 400 of us on Patreon. So it's a great community. We always exchange messages in the comment section. And that's a great way that you can, direct message me if you're a Patreon member. And I'm very good about getting back to direct messages promptly. So anyway, patreon.com/rockpage. The link for that site is in the description section below. All right, let's go ahead and dive into our next game. It is going to be Nuggets-Pelicans, 9:30 New Orleans. Now, this game is currently off the board. We don't have any lines for this game currently. I know that there are a few injuries on the Pelicans side, and typically when we see a game off the board, it's a good gauge as to the line makers kind of I don't want to say adjusting, but anticipating maybe a load management sit out. Sometimes, an hour or two before these games, a coach will announce that a star player is sitting out because of load management. So anyway, just keep that in mind. This game is currently off the board. But once again, Nuggets at the Pelicans, 9:30 Eastern tip-off in New Orleans. No line currently posted for this game. Now, the Nuggets are relatively healthy right now, but the Pelicans on the other side, they're pretty banged up. We have Drew Holiday, who's listed as questionable with a knee. He's good for 11 points a game and 7 assists. So definitely impactful potential miss there. Now, Derek Favors is doubtful tonight. The 6'9 center is officially listed as day-to-day with knee problems. And, they're going to need these two players because they're 0-4 straight up overall for this season, 1-3 against the number. They rank dead last in points allowed at 128 per contest. This New Orleans defense, I'll tell you what, they've given up 123 points or more in all 4 of their games this year. Their opponents are shooting 46% from the field. They're also shooting 34% from the three-point line. Once again, New Orleans opponents shooting 34% from three-land. Now, Denver on the other side, a little bit different story. They're 3-1 straight up on the year, 2-0 against the number when traveling. They're led by Jamal Murray, who's dropping 17 points per contest. The 2016 first-round pick from Kentucky, certainly playing an impactful role for Nuggets backers. And, of course, Nikolai Jokic. You know what you're getting with him. 16 points a game. The 7-foot center is also bringing down 13 rebounds a game on average, which is good for 6th in the NBA. He's tied for 6th in the NBA in rebounding on average per game. Now, Denver is 6th in points allowed. They held their opponents to 109 points or less in all their games. So with all that in mind, have no line for this game. Game's currently off the board, so I can't make really a play against the spread or the total because I don't know what the lines are. But when it comes to picking the sides, I got to go Denver Nuggets, winning that one outright for some money line cash. All right, next and final matchup for the show, it is going to be Spurs-Clippers, 10:30 Los Angeles. The Clippers are -5, total 225.5. We're seeing pretty significant movement on both the sides and the total in this one. The Clippers, we're seeing a 1-point move toward them, and we're also seeing a 2.5-point move downward on the total. The Clippers open -4, up to -5. Total open 228, down to 225.5. 65% are leaning Clippers, 56% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Spurs are plus 180 on the money line. Pretty good value there. Now, on the Clippers side of things, Paul George still listed as out indefinitely. So keep that in mind if you're a fantasy player or just really like Paul George. Still out indefinitely. Now, the Spurs, pretty good start to the season, but they are terrible against the number. They're 0-3 against the spread. In their initial 3 games here, they failed to cover against Portland, Washington, and the Knicks, and they were favored in all 3 of those games. So all 3 of those failures to cover, they were laying the points. Now the Spurs rank in the bottom 10 in points allowed on average per game. They're giving up 114 points per contest, and their opponents are shooting 45% from the field against them. Their opponents are also shooting 37% from three-land. They gave up 110 points or more in all 3 of their games in the early going here in this season. And if you're into historical trends, the Spurs are just 1-5 against the number in their last 6 matchups with the Pacific Division. Now the Clippers on the other side, 3-2 straight up overall, plus 9 in point differential, and they are 3rd in the NBA in scoring at 122 points per contest. Now Kawhi Leonard is averaging 29 points per contest, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists. Of course, he was out last night with a load management sit-out. So the preceding statistics do not pertain to last night's game. Basically, these are statistics based on the first 4 games. So anyway, Kawhi averaging 27 points a contest, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. Lou Williams right behind him, 22 points a game, 5 assists. The 14-year veteran still producing and is definitely a key component to this Clippers squad. Now, Montrezl Harrell and Patrick Beverley are both tied with 7 rebounds per game on average. And, of course, like I said, guys, those individual stats do not include last night's game. Now, total-wise, the Spurs are 3-0 to the over for the year. So with all that said and done, I do like the Clippers at home in this spot here. Still relatively healthy, minus Paul George. So I'm going to go ahead and lean Clippers -5 and the over 225.5 in that game. All right, let's go ahead and dive into our quick pick recap brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage. I got the Clippers -5 over 225.5. Denver winning their game outright for some moneyline cash. And the Miami Heat -6 and the over 216.5 in that game. All right, let's slide into some shout-outs. Once again, brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage. Shout out to Jeremy Ladnier, Sean O'Neill, What Is, Harris Varnum, Ken Cunningham, G Money, Hab to Mariam. Shout out to E3 Chosen, Take It Easy. Shout out to Ronnie Christie, Janora Michael, Trevor123, The Repo Man, Ariel Perez, Matthew Bauer. Shout out to Clippers, Raiders since '97. And got to show some love to my man, Stephen Lewis, good friend of mine. And me and Steve never knew each other until the YouTube channel. We became very good friends through this channel, through Brock Page Productions. But anyway, Stephen is a serious handicapper. He's a serious winner. So make sure you guys check him out on Twitter at SeriousWinners2. That is his Twitter handle. But once again, Steve Lewis, great guy. If you ever see him in the comment section below, make sure you drop him a line. Very good friend of mine. And once again, check Steve out at SeriousWinners2 on Twitter. And he'll give you all the really, really exotic parlays. All right, couple more shout-outs. Got to give some love to my man Drew Churchill. And last but certainly not least, shout out to Erin McLemore, who told me that she finally introduced her boyfriend to this channel, but she does not want to give away all her secrets. But Erin, it's all right. The water is good. You know, bring them in. Whoever you know that bets sports, let them know about the channel. I'd love to have them, join and tune in every day. So anyway, shout out to you, Erin McLemore. And guys, that's going to do it for me. That's going to do it for me. Just 3 games here today. So that is going to do it for me here for this Thursday. Now, guys, don't forget to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage, where we are winning 70% of our games in our last 10 NBA premium selections on that site. We're also hitting at 64% in the college football. Is it 64? Yeah, we're hitting 64% in the college football season. We're doing incredible in those 2 tiers as of late. We do daily plays on that website, daily premium selections. These are daily selections that I personally have action on. They're my personal plays that I'm playing. Now, listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm a $10,000 bettor, a $15,000 bettor. I just like to bet, man. It's what I do. I'm a recreational bettor, and I do it because it's fun. I do it just like, just for the same reason you do it. It's fun, keeps you in the game, keeps you in the action. We always crave action, and so I'm sharing with you the action that I have in my personal life. But anyway, we have a bunch of different memberships, tiers, and packages that you can subscribe to, beginning at just $1.99 per month. You can also access my current record for free right there on the homepage. That is patreon.com/BrockPage. Link for that site is in the description section below. But most importantly, guys, I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Thursday to you. Best of luck to you. And don't forget to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.